Hello and welcome to Back Paddock. This is Katie. I'm just going to take you through a quick tutorial today on how to get started with the SoilMate product, including what to do when you want to submit some samples and also any things that you can be doing while you're waiting for samples to be returned, for example. So if you do want to submit some samples, the first thing you might need to do is go in and add in the trading names, farms and paddocks associated with that sample. So we'll click on trading names now. And we're looking in the top ribbon toolbar here. So I'm going to add a trading name. So I'll just call it trading name here. And then we click on that new trading name on the left. And then you can see in the ribbon toolbar, add farm. So I'll just call this farm here. And you can either select or add a new contact, depending on what you need to do. If I expand that on the left, so just click the little triangle, or you can double click on the farm name, and now I can add paddock in the top ribbon toolbar and the area if I want to, and click OK and close. So you can repeat that process for any other additional paddocks that you need, or trading names or farms, but that's one of the setup steps that you want to do before you actually get started with submitting your order. So the next thing that you might need to do is also work out what tests and which lab you're going to use. So if I go to soilmate.com.au and I'm signed in here, and then if I click on the map of Australia, you can, if you know which lab you want to use, you can select the lab from the list here and download their product catalogue, which I'll show you in a second. If you're not sure which lab you want to use, you can click on a state and then use these options here to filter to find a test that might suit you. So soil, for example, choose which analytes are important to you. Filter contain tests with all of the checked analytes, submit. And that would give you an Excel document as well with all of the different labs. So if I download that, that would give me all the different labs that have the tests that I need. And I can make a decision based on price or proximity, or just which lab you prefer to use. So if I downloaded that full product catalogue, it would come up with this one here. So you can see along the top here, BPC product code. So IPE11, for example, is called a crop horty topsoil sample, but that doesn't mean you have to have a horticultural sample to use it. And in that one, you can see that these colours here represent the analytes that are included in that test. If you scroll further down, you would also have a purchase price for that test code. That would be populated for you when you've logged in. Okay, so logging in here, we have sent you the credentials for that in your first startup email if you do need to refer back to that, or you can call us on support on this number here to find out those credentials so you can get those pricings. Okay, so once you've worked out what codes you want, so I'm going to say I need an IPE11 for my topsoil, and I'm going to get an IPE14 for my deep soils. So I'm going to go back to SoilMate now, and I'm going to start creating an order. I'm going to go to orders, I'm going to create new PO, and it's just a matter of working top to bottom, left to right. So purchase order number, if you use one of the corporate systems and you have a purchase ordering system, you do need to have that generated first. So if you don't have that yet, please go and organise that purchase order number and then come back after you've completed. If you don't use a system that has a requirement for purchase order numbers, you can make one up. So I'm going to call this one KL221019B, and I will choose Nutrient Advantage. Barcode. Now, if you have been sent some sample bags by us, there will be barcodes on them. If you haven't and would like them, please contact support. But otherwise, if you've just got samples in a zippy bag, for example, you can use those ones and just make up a barcode and make sure it's recorded on the sample. So this might be KL221019, and I'm going to call this one B1. Sample date is today. Trading name, farm and paddock, I'll use this one that I've selected here. Product, now I said I was going to use an IPE11 for my topsoil, and my topsoil is a 0 to 10 sample. Now my evaluation, I am in a wheat area, but I'm going to say that I'm in northern New South Wales. And then OK. So then my second sample, just single click where it says add barcode here, and once again left to right. Enter your barcode or make one up, make sure it's unique. This information will be pre-populated. I'm going to choose an IPE14 for my next sample, which is going to be a 10 to 30. And parent barcode just means, does this sample belong to another one? So yes, this sample here is the subsample to this surface. So I'm going to add in one more sample now. So here, let me do 1019 B3, but this time it's for a different paddock. So I'm going to say that it is in a different trading name entirely. So it's just clicking, expanding, double clicking as required in that section. This one's also going to be for an IP E11, and this is another 0 to 10 sample. Okay, there we go. So you can add in just whatever suits your requirements as far as your purchase ordering system is concerned and your accounting system. So if you don't mind having multiple trading names on the one purchase order number, that's fine by us. It just depends on your system's needs. So I am happy with this now, so I'm going to click Save. So I've got a 0 to 10, a 10 to 30 in one paddock, and then I've got a 0 to 10 in another paddock. And I'm going to print some paperwork for this one, the SOF and SIF. So the SOF is the sample order form, the SIF is the sample information form. The sample order form goes to the lab with the samples. So we print these ones out, and we just make sure that we put this one in the bag with the samples. Make sure it's safe. So if your samples are slightly moist, I'd recommend putting this paperwork in a zippy bag so it gets there safely. Make sure all your samples are contained. So if there's leaking in any way, if they're very just dusty and dry, or if they're moist, probably rebag them in a zippy bag independently as well. So you want to make sure that your samples get to the lab safely so you're not losing any time in having to resubmit. Once you're happy with this paperwork, you could print, export or email, but I'll show you page 2 quickly, which is the one you keep. This one has the grower details as well and the paddock details. So this one is just something that you keep for your records to show that you submitted those samples. Okay, so print, export or email, get this paperwork out of the system somehow, and send it along with the samples to your chosen laboratory. So you can just close out of all of this now. Close, 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 close. Okay, once you've got the samples that are being sent to the lab, then it's a matter of waiting until the results are returned. So there's transit time. So if you're using a courier or Australia Post, there's going to be different transit times. And then there's the lab testing time. So depending on the lab you choose, that can be between 5 and 10 working days. And then once we've received results, they get transmitted back to the back paddock system, and you get sent an automatic email notifying you that the results are available. So once that email comes back to you, it's a matter of importing the results. So you'll come to lab test results, the little drop down here, and download latest results. Now yours would come up with a pop-up, and it would tell you the results are available. Hopefully they say pre-logged match to barcode, which means they're ready to go, and you could import those results. Once they're imported, they should look something like this in the top section here. Nice blue hyperlinks, and all of the details here. If they look like these black ones, then it could be that your samples are unmatched, and at least the first couple of times you might like our assistance to help you work out why they're not matched. It's usually just a mismatch between the order and what we've received from the lab. So call us for any help there. But once you've got the results back and they look like this, you can generate the raw results with the PDF icon, the status report with the test tube icon if you have pre-selected the evaluation table in the order. If you haven't, then you won't see this little test tube icon. And then you can generate a recommendation off to the right hand side here by clicking on the icon alongside your required barcode. So there is a separate video recorded on that generation of a recommendation process, so you can watch that one. I'll close out of this now. So the only other thing you might want to do in the meantime while you're waiting for results to come back is just keep working on building up those trading names so you've got all the data that you need for the coming season. And you can also have a look in management and start customizing the SoilMate product to suit you. So that could be customized evaluation tables, so you only see the ones that you want to use, your location, even products. So you can customize all of those things in the management section. Now there is other information available on those processes on our website here. So if you go to backpaddock.com.au, help desk, SoilMate, how-to guides, you'll see these here. So create recommendation video here, set favorites video here. So those are the most common, but you can also see some other ones available in this section down below. If you click on Help Desk Direct at the top, you'll also see this process here to book a demonstration or training session. We highly recommend you do that if you would like further assistance. That's free of charge. You just book a time that suits you, and then we call you at that appointed time and have an online training session that is customized to suit your requirements. So it might be that you're still in the setup stage, you might need a hand with the recommendation process, you might have some further questions. We recommend booking a session so that we can call you and work through those at your convenience. Okay, that's the basic process. So remember, these are setup sort of things down the bottom here, trading names and management. The very basic process when you're submitting samples is left to right along the top. So creating an order, getting those samples in, printing the paperwork out and sending it to the lab, waiting for the notification email, and importing the results when they're available. The prices for all our different lab codes are available in our pricing documents. Please download those and refer to the purchase price down the bottom. Those are the prices that you'll be charged for each submission. If you do have any further questions, please contact us on the help desk, which is on 07 3220 2959. You can see along the top here, or please don't hesitate to book an online training session. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks. Bye.